Can you
So,
hear me?
okay, Karina, you're here, right?
Yo, first of all, 1090 Jake, I'm not baiting. You keep asking, name white rappers. I've seen enough of your content to know you don't just cover white rappers. What I said is, listen, you come at guys who clearly made it out of the hood. Let me ask you one question. What is your end game? What is your end game? I'm not a fan of Boston Richie. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know who the fuck this nigga was until y'all started talking about this. But my question is, what is the end game? Guys that made it out of the hood, that can pay for their family, help their family, whatever it is. Then you come with this nonsense. What is the end game? You want to see them killed? You want to see them broke and dusty back in the hood? What is the end game?
I mean, I don't even think snitches get killed anymore.
You think.
We haven't seen it. What rapper that snitch got killed?
You're so focused on the rapper. Okay, let's say they
But
didn't kill him, but you killed their career. What
ruining
is the
rappers,
end
but at the
game?
same time, when
Like,
you
All right,
snitch
this is
on
what I don't
somebody,
one at a time,
you
one at a
understand.
time.
This is
fuck
what I
them
don't
up.
understand.
Wait.
This is what I don't. No, no, no. Let me speak. You wanted me to explain myself. Let me tell you. This is what I don't understand. You go so far, nigga. You go so hard like this man killed a family member of yours. You go so hard like this man did something to you, and I'm wondering what is the end game? You don't want to see him killed. You want to see him end his career. What is the end game of this? Oh, somebody made it out the hood. Yo, let me go get some paperwork because gotta kill a nigga's dream. What is it about?
Yeah, but see, you saying the wrong thing because he hit me up and told me how to get the paperwork because he wanted me to cover his case.
That's the
And
point.
so everybody runs. Okay, this is Boston Richie, but you're the guy that exposes the snitches. What is your end game? Just tell me that. Just explain to me what is the end game of this.
I mean, there's no end game. There's no ulterior demonic
So you
motive.
do it
Just
for
exposing
content.
you cut me off. Let
Hold
me
on, hold on.
finish what I'm saying, like how I just let you finish.
Yeah, let him speak, please.
We got to respect each other in the conversation and have a mutual conversation. Like I said earlier, when you snitch on somebody, there's effects that has on that person too, right? Just like his co-defendant did 6 to 9 months. We don't know how much time the other co-defendant did. A lot of people are snitching. A lot of people are putting people away. This is people that you willingly committed crimes with. You did illegal shit with. In the streets, you're supposed to have some type of loyalty to that. At the same time, if we want to get into the youth are looking up to them. Like they really in the streets.
Yeah,
Like
but here's the
they
thing.
really doing this and that, and then the
Hold on,
whole
hold on.
time they
One at a time.
telling.
But
So
here's the thing.
how was that for looking up to somebody? You looking up to somebody, you want to be in the streets like your favorite rapper the whole time, your favorite rapper snitching. And you
But
don't
but
even
but
know it, and you risking your whole life doing whatever the fuck you think he doing.
but this is the thing. This is the thing. Snitching is this. Oh my god, so anti-moral shit. We gotta get these rats out or whatever the issue is. I don't get it. The streets to me is so dumb. If you're so invested in this, why is it not better to be invested in why do we support these murderers? I never, you know, they get elevated. Oh, he killed a nigga. Vaughn, he got 7 bodies. He the king of this. He the demon king. Whatever. Why is it so like? I'm not saying people should do like elevate snitches because I don't care about that shit because I'm not in the streets. But my point is, y'all go so hard against these snitches. Why don't y'all go so hard against these people that actually ruin the youth? Like, how many fucking people get died, glorified, smoking on packs? Families gotta suffer for all this, but all y'all focus on is, well, he told on them real niggas, and the real niggas is the one we gotta support. So, let's kill his career and fuck everything else. Like, this is just so fucking dumb to me. What you do is so dumb. This whole snitching thing is dumb. The streets is dumb. Like, this is whole just so fucking dumb, and I don't understand the end game. And as much as you can say these guys are whatever, whatever, looking at the situation these people came from, to see them that at least they have this opportunity to make money, leave the situation they had behind, maybe move their families out of the hood. And the first thing people come about is, well, you know what? Let's not talk about them about changing their lyrics, setting a better example. Let's just kill their livelihood because, you got to uplift the real street niggas, the real killers, and the real. This is just so fucking dumb to me. It's so fucking dumb,
But all
really.
right, Karina. Okay,
But by the way, I'm Afro Caribbean. You're my West Indian brother.
no, I know. I love you. I love you. Come on. Okay, Karina, I'm gonna answer instead of Jake for this because I too, obviously I'm not a street dude, but I kind of understand like the effects of everything, right? Like number one, and I feel like it's almost gonna look like I'm picking up for street dudes, right? But I'm not. But I understand, right? For example, to answer your question, when you say, who cares if someone told, right? I agree. I don't give a fuck if someone told. But here's the thing, and here's the effect of what all of that does. If someone, what hip hop is telling your story. And granted, we're not trying to uplift killers. We really don't want to uplift killers. But if that's your story, and if people are gravitated towards it, right? As much as it might have a sometimes net negative effect on the people, that's your story. What I think is more and the most disingenuous is if you are selling the tale of being a street dude who supposedly live according to a set of codes, and say you make it out of the hood with that mantra, except your whole reality was going against it. Your whole reality was sending other black men to jail. Again, I'm not saying that it's great to be a guy in the streets who's trying to like rap or whatever the case is, but if your whole goal is to portray like you're one of them, but in reality you are not living like them, I have the biggest problem with that, because I feel like, and when you hear I touch on some of the things about Gunna, it's because I hear these motherfuckers make songs like saying take it to trial. And when you say take it to trial, my nigga, and when you really say that this is what's going on, now granted, I can't tell you how you came up. I didn't come up like most of these niggas. But when they say take it to trial, I would never tell all of this type of stuff. Motherfucker, don't do it then, because there's a lot of kids.
But Ag, hold up.
Go ahead.
Ag.
Go ahead.
When did hip hop become this? Because let's be honest,
hip hop has always been rooted in the streets.
Nobody used to tell the fucking truth. Come on.
You're right.
Rap
but hold on.
was cap. Rap has always been cap.
No.
Now there's this incentive to prove you on this real shit. That was never the thing. When did this happen? I can't wait for this stupid gangster rap era to be over. Like, this is just so stupid.
Karina, listen, you're a beautiful soul, and I'm so glad you follow me, and I'm so glad you listen to me, and I'm so glad you are a part of the Chat Nigga community. I've seen many messages you've sent before. This is why I knew to try to get you in this conversation. And I know listen, no matter if people agree with what you're saying, I believe you're a thoughtful and smart individual. And even if we disagree on this issue, what I will say is that, as far as your perspective, in a sense that, a lot of this gangsterism or whatever the case is kind of stupid. You're right, but you do have to realize that hip hop, in its original form, was actually birthed from giving the voice to people who were oppressed and people who came from these oppressed or poverty-ridden neighborhoods. And maybe some of their conversations and some of their narrative and some of their music wasn't maybe like a Kendrick who said, I watched it all, but I didn't do it. Some of them might be like, yo, hey, I did some bad stuff, and hopefully I could probably make this into music that hopefully I don't have to keep doing it, right? There was a lot of these people who, again, they took the hip-hop culture and they took what they may have done in their neighborhoods and they turned into stories. And yeah, there's probably a glorification aspect of it, but they try to make it into music that we could all consume. Here's, and hopefully I'm not like diluting your point. I guess what I'm saying is that if we want to try to act like the streets ain't a part of hip hop, I think we'll be wrong. The evolution in some of the rawest influences of how hip hop has been completely from poverty-stricken neighborhoods, and also been from places or from people who have had no other options. They've been from the streets. So we're caught in this mix where we know it saved a bunch of people's lives who probably would have been either kicking. Let me tell you this. Yo, I'm really good friends with 21 Savage. I promise you this. This is my personal opinion. I could be wrong. If 21 Savage didn't make it as a rapper, he'd be in Atlanta kicking down doors until he got killed or put in jail. Facts. That was the only plan he had. The rapping was a something of, okay, let me try to tell a story. Maybe it could work. This is why hip hop is good. I'm not saying that all these stories are causing net positives, but we have to kind of mitigate what's happening. So let me kind of come back to this whole thing about snitching, right? I think the snitching argument is stupid, but it's also hypocritical and it's cosplaying if someone who didn't live that experience is selling the experience that they wouldn't tell when they've already told. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand that part, Ag.
And
I understand what you
and that's
said
where
about hip-hop.
1090J comes in. Because if he's saying this guy is telling you that he's doing A, B, and C, and he's getting it in the streets, and look at him, he's rocking chains, he's living in mansions and driving big fucking foreign cars, and he didn't live by the quote unquote code. He's selling you and your kid and your brother and your sister and your nephew and your niece. And what he did was basically do the opposite that he won't rap about, because that's the thing that everybody clowns. Do you think?
I understand that part, but here's where I come back to my point, Ag. I understand what you're saying. I understand, and this is my point too. Hip hop helped a lot of people leave a fucked up situation. And this is what annoys me. And this is what I said about 1090J. I would have had more respect if the people he told on came out and tried to end his career than this nigga trying to make up money off it. Because what is his end game? Why the fuck does he care if somebody said this in his rap and it's cap? It's not targeted at you, my brother. What is his end game? That's my point. I would have had more respect if the people Boston Richie told on slapped him in the face and said, nigga, you made money telling off of this when you had me in jail. But my point is, what is his end game? And it's not even that he makes these videos, it's that he's so invested, like he's doing some kind of, I don't know, good with what he's doing, when it's not that. Do you understand my point?
Hold on, I'll leave him to respond. Hold on, yo, real quick.
I don't understand what the end game of this is.
Hold on, I'll leave him to respond to that.
Everybody that does something that they don't like is ostracized out of the industry, and it's only like the real niggas. Like, what is the end game?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna leave 1090J to respond to that. I'm about to take a real quick piss, but I trust that you guys could be completely civil human beings for like 20 seconds. Okay, Jake, go ahead. I'm about to take a piss.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you more mad about the fact that I'm white, because if Akademiks or Say Cheese or any of the black blogs,
it's not about the fact that you're white.
Yo, let him talk, Karina. Let him finish.
Talk.
Let me finish what I'm saying, because you started off wanting to talk to me by calling me a white devil, right? You say that I'm out here ending careers. Bandman Kevo is somebody that me and AK both personally know. People put out false rumors that he was a snitch. That obviously had an effect on his career, an effect on the people that wanted to associate with him, do music with him. And like you said, it could get him killed. I did the video on his paperwork and cleared his situation. And the person that accused him of snitching, I covered their paperwork and cleared their accusations, clearing both of them. He didn't snitch. He didn't have anything to do with any sex charges that he was accused of. There's nothing wrong with neither one of them. So hopefully this can dead that. So it isn't just covering cases where somebody is snitching. If somebody gets a false allegation put out, I'm going to clear the false allegation. They thought YNW Bortman snitched just because he got a plea, until I broke down why he got a plea deal. So it isn't just all the negatives and this and that, but at the same time, if Akademiks is talking about how Gunna just took a plea, Gunna Tello and this and that, and all the other little things that are getting put out about Gunna that could get Gunna killed and everything else, where is the same energy for that? And then at the same time, you saying you would rather these rappers stop talking about killing, but you on here defending a rapper that snitched in paperwork that talks about killing in his music.
I didn't defend his lyrics. I didn't defend his snitching. I asked you, what is the end game? Like, you said, yes, I did call you white devil. And you know the two people I hate most? Trippie Redd and Wack 100. Most notably because of what they did to Pop Gunna, because that was just fucking disgusting. And I did call you a white devil. Because you are so invested in only ending these black men. That's why I said it.
Well, who all have I ended for you to say
I'm
that?
doing shit to everybody. I've seen enough of your content to know you don't just make videos about black people. And the thing with the bandman Kevo is, okay, you did that. He asked you to do it. But this one's a rapper. Let's go ask 1090J. Why is it your mission to look up papers for people and end their careers? I don't understand that.
Well,
Are
you
you
just
in the gangs with
contradicted
them?
yourself.
Did
Hey,
they
what did
personally
Trippy
send you
Red
to
do to
prison?
you?
You just
What?
contradicted yourself
What did
because you're
Trippy?
saying I'm
Why
out
you
here
hate Trippy
trying to
Red?
end careers, but he reached out to me for
The
career
other
advice.
person asked me what?
That's
Why do
why
you
they
hate
intern.
Trippy Red? What did Trippy Red ever do to you?
No, you know what I hated about Trippie Redd? It was so fucked up what they did to Pop Hunter. Like that kid just made it out. He was 18, he finally found a way to help his family, help his career, and then this fucking bitch Trippie Redd and Whack 100 just ruined this kid over something that happened when he was 13-year-old. He wasn't even a street kid. That was so fucking disgusting to me. That rubbed me so wrong. That was one of the most fucked up things. I can't stand that man. That was so fucked up.
So whose career have I killed?
Nigga, you're out here acting like you're not out here trying to end career. You think that people are gonna throw flowers at these people when you expose them for snitching? Stop it.
But whose career have I killed for you to say I'm out here killing careers though?
Aren't you out here trying to actively end Boston Richie?
Boston Richie reached out to me, wanted me to cover his paperwork. I covered it and found that
And
he
you covered
snitched.
this paperwork, and then you're
Now
on it
he's
like
trying
every
to
day, like a
cover it
dog with
up
a bone,
and say
going,
that it isn't
"Oh, bitch,
true.
let's find
So
that."
the reason these
Hold on,
people
one
are
at a time,
reaching
one at
out
a
to
time,
me is
please.
because they know I'm credible and I go off the paperwork. He just didn't think I was going to find his Grand Theft Auto case in which he told.
And
So
then
who is
here
that
you are,
on?
what, 3 weeks later, still
Whose
going at
whose
it. You're telling
career,
me you're not trying to end his career?
whose career
You
have I
didn't
killed?
invest this much in his snitching, and you just keep going. You're telling me that's not with the end goal of ending his career?
So
Come on
whose
now,
career have I killed?
nigga. We just talking about Boston Richie.
Nah, that's not what you've been talking about. You saying I'm killing rappers'
You
careers. You
you
can't name
you
one.
are the guy that exposes people for paperwork. You don't think that has an effect on their livelihood?
So you've seen my channel. So what else do I cover?
Nigga, we're talking about you being the snitch guy. You
Covering the
think that you
snitches.
exposing these people for snitching doesn't have an effect on their livelihood? That's what I'm saying.
Am I supposed to feel bad that they told?
No, don't feel bad. Don't talk. Just keep doing what you're doing. I told you what I think about it. You just keep doing you.
Yeah. So when
Like,
Akademiks speaks on a black man snitching, what do you tell Akademiks?
I have never seen academics actively go out to
Then you
prove
got your
someone is a
eyes
snitch.
closed because he been talking about Gunna for the past month.
What? No,
Nigga, we seen Ghana's video of him yes mamming.
And
no, hold
we've
on.
seen Boston Richie's paperwork.
All right, hold on. Wait. No. This is a great place for me to interject, right? Okay. And Karina's watched me a long time, right? So, I know for me, I'll definitely point out that somebody is telling, or like it appears that according to the streets are telling. I really don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna listen to Gunna, right? I just like to hear the streets. So I guess I'm asking Karina, like, do you feel like he's, because say 1090 Jake is saying, well, if you care, right? This guy did cooperate. Do you think he's campaigning for their career to end? Because for me, if somebody says Gunna's a snitch, I'm like, okay, but I still like I like these songs and whatever it is. Who cares? Do you think 1090 Jake is campaigning for their career to end, or he's just trying to at least be someone who clarifies what that conversation could be about those artists? Like, oh, no, I checked their stuff out, they told or not, but I don't know if he's necessarily saying don't listen to this person. You get what I mean?
I mean, he's not actively saying don't listen to this person, but he's going hard like he's saying don't listen to this person. Come on now.
No, what I do is I surgically go over the paperwork to the point where I'm not making mistakes so that what I'm saying is credible. That's why I go off the paperwork and not off of the rumors.
Let me ask you this one thing, Jay. Do you care?
No.
Okay. So
Why would I be personally invested in that? I'm not out here trying to control the masses. All I'm doing is bringing the facts out of the case. It's the same thing I did with Kevo. I told Kevo straight up, whatever I find in your case is getting pushed, good or bad. I told 16 Shot'ems the same thing. Whatever I him. It's a double-edged sword, bro. People view what they want to view. They talk about what they want to talk about. She started off the conversation saying white devil, so I know where her heart already at. I already know what side of the
That's not
court
where
she's
my
on.
heart is at. And
That already
this
told me
chat
what I
hold
need
on,
real
to
hold on,
do.
corny
hold
with
on.
the racist shit.
Wait.
She
That's
talking
not
about,
where
oh,
my
you
heart is
only
at.
you only talk about black people, and then she said, no, I know you cover other people, but you only talk about snitches. And then she said, no, I know you do other content
No,
too.
I said
Everything's
I
been switching.
supported your content when you were just reporting and you were doing good stuff reporting on victims. People that know fucked up shit happened to victims.
And
That's
if you
not
go
the
look at
same
my
as
last
actually
10
going on like, oh,
videos, that's
this
still
person
what
is
I'm
snitching.
doing.
Let's go in on
Wait,
it. Your stream stopped, by the way, on Twitch.
my stream stop. What the fuck?
Oh,
No,
wait, maybe it's my internet. Wait.
nah. I think it's the internet, girl.
That's the
If you
same
go
thing.
look at my last 10 videos, I'm still doing what I was doing.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Because I want
You
us
keep
to be organized and I want us to like, be forward progression in this conversation. Um, it seems like we're stuck in this whole conversation. And by the way, I think the chat and whoever is gonna view this in the future, forever and a day, they're gonna make up their own opinion. So it's no need to be arguing the same points. So I'm gonna give both you guys the platform, uninterrupted to speak and kind of like finalize what's going on for like 2 minutes or whatever the case is. And I'll start with you, Karina, because it felt like
Yeah, because I gotta go. You know, I'm in Rotterdam. It's in the morning here. I gotta go to work in like 50 minutes anyway. So
go ahead.
yeah, and he says I keep focusing on ending career. On like maybe you don't understand it, but maybe it's because we grew up like this. For someone who grew up in poverty to find a way out, and then people tried to end that off of something like, oh, he said, yeah, they know the car was stolen. That's just so fucking dumb to me. When someone finds a way out, but you wouldn't call him if he said there, like, oh, I shot a nigga 30 times in the face and I moved 10 packs. Oh, that wouldn't be a reason to end him. But that's the reason to end him. Like, that is so dumb to me. Like, this whole street shit is just so fucking dumb to me.
Okay. Are you? Can you respond?
I mean, she entitled to her opinion. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm not really here to change her opinion, or, you know what I'm saying? But in separate cases, okay, Jay-Z didn't snitch. They tried to shit on Jay-Z, the white people in the industry, because he sold coke. They try to use that against him. There's been plenty of things that have been used against people in different scenarios. If you snitch, I'ma cover it. Some crazy shit happens, I'ma cover it. Why do I cover it in such detail? Because that's what I get paid to do. I want my shit to be credible. I want my shit to be authentic, unbiased. I want to put out what's actually there. That's why people are tuning in.
Let me ask
Why
you this
do I do
question.
it so detailed? Because that's what I'm getting paid to do my job properly and put out with the information that they want to know.
Well, I do want to ask you this one question, Jake, and this is definitely from me. Okay, and this is how I view you. You are an arbiter of what is coming out from these guys who are claiming street. And as much as I respect Karina's opinion, when someone's selling the idea of violence, being a thug, being the biggest gangster, I'm not saying it has to be like completely true, but if you have glaring holes on your reputation, especially something like cooperating, it is completely a lie that you're selling to the audience. And here's the thing about hip hop, you're also encouraging and enticing people to do things that you would not do. You're not going to stand there and take it to trial. You're not going to stand there and when the charges and the consequences come down, you're going to operate how these people who you're claiming you are going to operate, right? But my question to Jake necessarily is going to be, would you, for example, and I'm just making this up, it doesn't appear like, for example, I don't know, Yeet. Yeet doesn't seem like a street nigga, right?
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Okay. He's just a rapper. Okay, let's say Uzi. He doesn't seem like a street rapper. If Uzi, like, let's say, I don't want to use a name necessarily, but a regular citizen, if that was a rapper, let's say Lil Tecca or something like that, and he had a particular case, granted, this is not a guy who's claiming to be gangsta. I have to put that into perspective. Would you be invested into a case with someone who did not portray that life, or your focus is more about people who seem to portray that life? I guess that's the question.
I mean, I would cover either or. So for a perfect example, Meg Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
She testified against Tory. She snitched on Tory. That's a whole female. That's a whole civilian. She's not out here gangbanging, throwing hoods up, and saying she's sliding on people.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with that. So I would cover her story. Did she testify? Yeah. Is that snitching? Yeah. Is she a whole civilian? Yeah. Should there be repercussions? For what?
Okay.
Now, if she claiming that she big Crip or big blood or any of that, that's a problem.
Well, I also asked that question because when it comes to conversations about violence, it's easy in the sense of usually people look at violence to say, if you make statements or whatever the case is, let me ask you about this particular situation, right? Or any situation concerning this. Let's say it's a sexual assault case, has multiple people involved in it, and let's say people have spoken to the police. Are they snitching? What would you make of that one?
Who's the one speaking to the police?
Let's say everybody involved.
Are they in the streets?
Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me make a realistic situation. There's 5 dudes, okay? They had a party. There's 2 girls, right? 2 girls make a report. Yo, listen, I think some shit happened. Blah, 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 blah. Of the 5 dudes, 3 of them make statements to say, hey, listen, this is what went on that night. They spoke to the cops. They told what they believe happened, what they seen, whatever happened, right? 2 dudes, they did not speak, right? Now, who knows how that plays out? Let's say it goes to court, whatever the case is. Let's say people take the stand. Who cares? Is that snitching? Because, certain situations, I do believe the conversation about snitching, like, for example, the Meg Thee Stallion shit, granted, we could look into her music and see what she was rapping about, but this is domestic violence. You get what I mean?
Like, all right, what's the streamer, Kai? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, of course.
He said, involving the allegations, he went straight to the police. I'm not faulting him for that. I don't know about him having any gang ties or anything like that, or claiming to live any type of life that would go against what he did. My whole thing is, if you got ties to an organization or you claim to have ties to a neighborhood in which there's certain things that you vowed not to do, and you going against that, that would bring in repercussions for someone that lives that type of lifestyle.
Okay.
I don't believe that there's you didn't snitch because you're a civilian. No, you still snitched, you still told. But is there going to be a repercussion for that? For what? You a fucking civilian. So that's my viewpoint. Like, my co-defendant snitched on me when I went to prison. We was doing shit together. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit different.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So if which I believe if he hasn't already, and he's not going to speak on it, and I was kind of alluding to this, but I didn't want to say it directly. But you brought it up. If Kai Cenat spoke to the cops and he said, yo, listen, this is what happened. Keep in mind, number one, he's not doing no crime with no one. He didn't plan to abuse or do whatever to any woman. but his name is caught in the mix. And again, this is serious. This is like this again. It's not just shooting a nigga because there's no respect for some sexual assault stuff. If he speaks to the cop and says, "Yo, this is all I know," is he a snitch? Even if he's a civilian or not.
You still telling, yeah.
Damn.
But does that follow any repercussions? Should people stop watching him? Should people stop associating with him? Be a different story if he's throwing up gang signs on his chat. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, people be trying to come up with their own definitions. Bro, back in the day, the mafia, nobody talks. You didn't have to be in the mob. The whole fucking neighborhood knew you don't talk. The civilians knew you don't talk.
Even if it's like a situation where a woman may have gotten, like, sexually assaulted?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't live in that generation to know how they were handling sexual assaults, because from my understanding, you did anything like that, they would be the one to handle you, not even the police.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is telling, snitching is snitching. It's the repercussions that matter. That's the difference to me. Like, she brought up the rapper that he was like 14 or something like that, and he saw a murder. Was he younger than that?
Yeah. His name is, oh shit, don't tell me about. I definitely follow him. I'm Corvette. Pop Hunter.
So what type of shit was he rapping about?
I ain't gonna lie, he kind of rapped about keeping the gangster a little bit, but like it was one of those.
Oh, see what I'm saying? But
wait, hold on. I gotta ask you though.
He's so young, rapping about keeping it gangster because he's looking up to the gangsters.
Oh, exactly.
So that brings it back to my point. When somebody listening to Boston Richie and they want to be like Boston Richie and they don't even know he told, how that look? That's crazy. Now, I'm not supposed to tell everybody he told because he made it out the hood?
So Jake, what would you do if a girl called you and like did this shit? Using Kai's situation, nigga, my phone was down on 911, so I couldn't call the cops.
What would you AJ, your phone don't dial 911?
Yeah, my phone don't dial 911.
Why though?
Nigga, why my phone don't dial 911?
Yeah, what are you?
Nigga, please, I own Queens.
Oh man.
So why would you even ask me that question then? You know what I am, right?
Nah, I don't know what you are.
I mean, you from New York, bro. You know about 1090, you know about Hertz, you know about all that.
Yeah, of course I know about it all. I'm trying to see, like,
what's understood don't gotta be explained. You feel me? Like, if you got
me, I'm not popular. Like, it would have been a weird situation. Like, a girl hit you up. I'm saying, I'm not saying you would call the police.
Why would a girl call me instead of calling the police herself?
You would what?
Why would a girl call me instead of calling the police herself?
I agree. So you just
if she calling me, I'm assuming she want me to handle something a whole different way.
Got you. I feel you. All right, cool. I get what you're saying.
But that's why I say, if you a part of something, when you vowed not to do certain things, you supposed to stand by that. If you're not going to stand by that, then disassociate yourself.
That's a fact.
So wait, AJ, you were making a point. Make the point, nigga. So you're saying that if go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to see what he would have done if he was Kai, and just said it. Like, I don't, like I said, my phone don't dial 911, but I'm not popular. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on.
They don't just hung the fucking phone up on
it. All right. So since y'all not really getting to the shit, and I'm asking both y'all. So now y'all not saying nothing. Police basically said, "Yo, listen, this was your party, blah blah blah. What's up? You not gonna tell us what happened? Remember, you ain't got nothing to do with this shit."
Nigga, I don't know what happened.
Oh, you know what's fucked up? Is what you're supposed to do is not say anything. If you get summoned to court, you're not supposed to go.
Wait.
If they find you in contempt of court and you got an arrest warrant and they take you to jail and then transport you to court, you're still not supposed to say anything. Being held in contempt of court, no matter where you're at, it can be up to a year, it could be more.
Even if they're saying that
it's if you tied in, you're not supposed to say nothing.
Even if they're saying, bro, listen, this ain't about you and your ops. This is about a young girl who just got like potentially violated, and we need your testimony basically just to say what happened. And they're putting it to you like this, like, bro, this ain't you like protecting your nigga that's a killer or whatever. This is you protecting like a predator type shit. Like, what's up?
Yeah, I done been in the chain game, bro. You know what we do to predators?
Okay, so you say
we don't tell the police, hey, take him, put him in confinement. Nah, we get on their ass.
That's a fact.
We handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what comes with that.
Now somebody
You know,
said
if you in prison and somebody getting raped three cells down, you ain't finna be Superman and go off in there. They ain't got nothing to do with you. If somebody's getting stabbed to death in the cell next to you, you ain't finna just start kicking the door to alert the police. Whatever happens, happens. If you see somebody get stabbed in their fucking neck,
Jake, if they ask you though,
out their neck. If you go over and try to put your hand on their neck to hold the blood in, you liable to get hit next. This is how this shit works. It's a different fucking world in there.
Yo, what was that?
Help somebody that's dying after a gang just stabbed them. You finna get hit by that gang.
Wait, yo, AJ, what's that question we used to ask facts? Like, okay. Yo, and I think I know your answer already. You walking with your little brother. I don't mean to make it personal. I don't know if you have a little brother. So,
man, we already did this the last time.
What'd you say?
I said I ain't saying shit to nobody.
God,
that's a fact.
For what? It's like if somebody break in your house, right? And the shit that they steal, you know, there's no insurance on that shit. There's none of that. By the time the police get them, they already sold it. So the only thing that happens when you call 911 is when they find a fingerprint, they arrest the person.
I want them niggas to go to jail.
But you're not gonna get restitution for the shit that they took. You're not gonna get your shit back. All you do is put someone in jail.
And I'm gonna be very happy. Enjoy the cell, nigga.
You could be that, and a lot of people.
I'm a civilian, though. I'm a civilian.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for me, it's like, what am I just like? I might as well just go get some more shit.
AJ, keep it real. I know I'm calling the cops. You call the cops too, and we're gonna file it.
Act. You gotta. I'll feel better me beating their ass and send them to jail, bro.
Nigga, bro, don't.
It's just this is the thing, right?
I believe Jake. I don't know if I believe you, AJ.
The streets come with so much shit that's gonna hold you back. But with I forget her name, the woman that was just up here talking to us.
Karina.
You know, with respect to her, it's like instead of reaching out to me and asking me why I'm speaking on what I'm speaking on, why not reach out to these rappers that are putting out these lyrics that you disagree with, that's killing the community?
I agree.
Why come for the guy that's putting out who snitched instead of talking about the person who literally made it out the hood by killing motherfuckers and talking about it? If that's what you really have an issue with. Or is it what we started with, White Devil, I'm going to focus on him because it's easier to focus on him?
I think Karina went to sleep, but I think that's a very valid point.
Man, there's neighborhoods that you not finna...
No, I'm still here. I was busy getting ready for work. Like, how the hell am I supposed to get in contact with these rappers? Like, nigga, it was a coincidence. I sent a message and X saw it. And he said, hop on Discord.
All right, wait, hold on. Wait, though. I'm going to hold you to the fire a little bit. You know I love you. But if you're saying that you would pretty much have the same contempt for the rappers as you would have for what you believe 1090 Jake is doing, you just could have an easier access to him. When you said that, 1090, Boston Richie's making it out the hood, do you support anything by any rapper that's rapping about negative shit? Do you support anything by them? Like,
I don't listen to any of these people. These songs just, it feels
Future.
So
you don't listen
demonic.
to Future.
What?
You know you listen to some Future now. Come on now, Future.
The Drake Future was my shit, but I don't listen to Future. I don't listen to Future like that.
Come, you listen to Future, little baby. They're all rapping about pumping drugs or either encouraging violence.
You know who I really don't listen to? You know who I really don't listen to? Little Baby, but it's because I can't understand him most of the time. But that's
he kind of retarded.
I know you listen to Meek though. I know you listen to Meek.
AJ, stop it. I don't listen to Meek. I can't stand Meek. Meek is a bully. I hate bullies.
Who do you listen to then? Who do you listen to?
Meek is the nigga that bullies the bullies, nigga.
I don't listen to him. I went in your stream one time. I called him Shamika. You kicked me out. You probably don't remember.
No, I never kicked you out.
Probably one of my mods.
No, AJ. One time when AJ was, but it was like way back.
It was one of my mods. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I called him Shamika. You kicked me out.
Wait.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It's probably one of my mods.
Karina, who do you listen to though?
I listen to a lot of Drake, Afro beats, Caribbean sounds.
Wait, hold on. But herein lies what the innate problem is with hip hop. I play that song by Drake, the new song he just dropped a video to, Jumbotron shit. If you want me to read you the lyrics,
but Ag, let's be honest. Nobody thinks that Wheelchair Jimmy's really thugging out here. Stop it.
Hold on. No, I'm glad you
Listen
said
to
that.
Wale.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that. But if we really get into it, if you really ask a lot of Toronto niggas, Drake is a guy with a lot of influence. And I like, put it like this. The reason why Top 5's name is being called in a lot of court cases, even in his own, they're acting like he's the shooter for Drake. Why?
Yeah, but that lawyer is as much clout chasing as Top 5 was.
Hold on.
You know, nobody actually believes he was Drake's shooter. Come on, Ag.
No. I'm not
that lawyer is extremely clout. I think he wants to make the case a whole spectacle and have
I completely get you
and all that.
Wait, I completely get you. What I'm just trying to say is that if we even listen to Drake's lyrics, he's also using the overtone of the gangsterism, which, by the way, I know you could be like, oh, no one takes Drake serious. I'm going to be very honest with you. He has the biggest platform in music, and that probably, again, I don't want to get into certain things because that's my favorite rapper. But like,
that's my favorite rapper too.
Well, if you look at some of the Toronto Star articles, they talk about how maybe some of the stuff he says has spurred. Like, I don't want to get too much into it.
Yeah, but okay, I understand what you're saying, Ag. But I understand what you're saying. But listen, there wasn't like, let's be honest. Nobody's looking at Drake and saying, "Oh, he's really about that life." There was.
Who do you think has the hold on?
No, but listen. There was a time where people didn't even really take lyrics that literally. I think it came more with the
Karina,
Chicago guys with that drill era when they rap
Drake
about
been rapping like he a drill nigga
and
too.
People looked at those guys and be like,
Karina, Drake been rapping like he a drill nigga too. Let me ask you this question: Who do you think lyrics probably has more influence even on the hood? Boston Richie or Drake?
Drake's influence doesn't have Drake does not have that influence in the hood. Stop it.
Drake just dropped a mixtape with 21 Savage.
Drake is the biggest rapper out there, but his lyrics don't have that kind of influence in the hood. Stop it, Ag.
You're not
like if you're telling me like a little Dirk, like
No. I'm using the point of you saying he reported about Boston Richie. I'm saying your favorite rapper is Drake, which is my favorite rapper. But if they're both talking gangsterism, I could show you. Like, again, this is uncomfortable for me because I don't want to. And this is why I always say us hip hop folks, we hypocrites, because in reality, the smart ones, like you, and I would like to say myself, we know that the music, even though it is glorifying violence, you're going to your job right now, you're not going to go do it. I'm a millionaire. I'm not going to go do it. But trust me, there's a 16-year-old right now who's listening to whether it's Drake or whether it's Drake and 21 or they're listening to Boston Richie. They're like, man, these niggas just told me just fucking slide. So the only point I'm trying to say is that you're picking and choosing. So you're saying
it's not picking and choosing. Like if you look at, let's say, the comments under a Drake song or a Lil Durk song, you could see where there's like, why is Drake talking like this? Isn't this the kid from Degrassi? People know to separate the two. Like I understand what you're saying, but we all know nobody's listening to Drake and thinking like, I gotta get me your chubs. And,
that's cap. Listen, I'm reading you the lyrics. I'm reading you the lyrics to his latest music video. I'm reading you the lyrics. We ain't even out in Turks. She finna take sand, ride around with F and N. That's a gun, okay? We ain't finna hold hands. Boat was too slipped out. He ain't leave the bed. Then they dipped out. Pint of tech with a cold red. He rapping about drugs too. If I tell his bitch she gonna pull up, she gonna moped it, my dog, blah, blah, blah. He said he don't smoke shit unless it's unleaded. I don't go back and forth over this net. So go and dead it. See me when you see me. If it's smoke, nigga, on leash. Bro, come on, bro. Like, again, it sounds better when Drake says it. Like, when Drake says it, when Drake says it, he's in front of a $5 million car and he got like $3 million in Pharrell jewelry. When we listen to a nigga like Boston Richie, he's in this fucking hood talking about project and public housing, so it seems more real. But who got the bigger platform? We excuse it when Drake says it, but Drake already made it. Think about this. Drake already made it, and Drake rapping like that. This nigga ain't making it.
Yeah.
He, of course, listen, Drake knows every new island we've never been to. He got a fucking cargo jet, and he's rapping about FNN, my nigga. He's rapping about guns.
I understand that, but you're talking about influence. Like, honestly, do you really think any of these kids are listening to Drake and being like, yo, Drake is the biggest gangster out here?
But
Do you
that-
think
that-
any
that
of them
comes-
listen
that
to
comes
Drake
back
and be
to the
like,
point,
Drake
though.
is really living that life?
Hey, hold on. Hey, and by the way, I'm gonna give it all to y'all after this, because this is as much as I could argue against my favorite rapper. Y'all ain't about to get me to listen. Aubrey, my
but
nigga.
you know what I'm saying,
No,
right?
y'all can take it over. Y'all ain't about to get me to argue about my favorite nigga, man.
All right, you can't
But
even
yo,
say that, right? It's the influence. So, like, even if Drake not doing none of that and none of that, it's impressionable kids that he's speaking at, and I'm saying, and kids is just hearing that shit. So they fuck if he doing it or not. It's him just saying it and alluding to it. You feel me? So whether he's doing it or not, it's just that, right? Then you got a nigga like Boston Richie. I don't really see how Jake doing anything wrong, bro. Like, he's fucking exposing the truth. If you gonna be claiming that you out here in the streets and thugging and shit like that, then stand on that. And if you gonna be a fucking good kid, then be a good kid. Don't be in and out of the field. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you gotta
that's my
pick one
point.
side.
When she pointed out nobody's taking Drake serious because he was on Degrassi. All right, if no one knew that, and Drake was talking about FNs and choppers and everything else, and then I said, wait a minute, this dude's on Degrassi. This dude was an actor. This dude grew up in a good home. This dude, everybody's perception just changed. Am I wrong for putting that out?
But
Because that's the same thing with Boston.
listen what I'm trying to say. Nobody is gonna look at Drake's lyric and say, yo, that shit really happened. We look at Dirk, we see it. We look at people like Lil J, Billionaire Black and stuff, and say, well, they rapped about it and that shit really happened. That's not the same thing with Drake.
So
Because he comes
We
from
never
a
heard it
softer
about Meek
background.
happening to AJ. Stop it. AJ,
He
stop.
comes from a
I know
softer
you're a dream
background. He's
chaser.
not
I know you're a dream
Oh,
chaser.
you said
Boys
Meek
getting
don't do his
killed.
raps? You just said that?
But that comes to the same point with Boston Richie. If Boston Richie's talking about sliding and doing this and that, but then he's telling, it's the same shit.
How is that the same shit as Drake rapping about
Because
stuff?
you just said no one's gonna take Drake serious because it's a
we're
facade.
talking about that. Listen, we're talking now about, like, we know Drake's not really like that. Do you think it has an effect on Drake's career?
You just said it don't because you claim he don't talk like that.
I didn't say he don't talk like that. I said nobody believes it really like that.
So my
Like,
issue is when you have someone that people believe and it's false,
Drake
that's
talks
where the
like that.
paperwork comes in.
Drake talks like that. We if someone's in the comment, oh, look at wheelchair Jimmy, you know, he's not really like that. Isn't this the corny kid from Degrassi? You think it'll have an effect on his livelihood, on his family, on his career? No.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna be honest with you.
The biggest rapper out there.
Hold on, Karina.
So
I love you, Karina. I genuinely.
Are you okay with? Are you okay with Drake's good life but raps like a gangster, or are you okay with Boston Richie rapping like a gangster but telling when he's claiming to be in the streets? Because both are a facade.
Hold on. Yo, Karina, I genuinely love you because you're one of our chat.
On Drake's
legacy. Hold on. Yo, Karina, I love you genuinely because you're a chat queen, and trust me, like I love all these conversations we have. But I'm gonna be honest, and I feel like I'm arguing against my GOAT, and this is my GOAT. But let's be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. If you want to think that niggas is only thinking about wheelchair Jimmy when he's talking about, and I crept around the block and he's dissing Kanye and Kanye's paranoid. Like, Kanye was fucking paranoid at that point. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, but let's be honest.
And hold on. And then he's rapping about how Chubbs crunched up Detail. That's a fact. I could pull up the picture. You want to see Detail? You know what I'm saying? He crunched the nigga up. That's facts.
But
What
but
about the
that's
cha-cha
detail.
slide act?
Yo,
What
hold
about
on,
the
hold on.
cha-cha slide?
Drake detail. Yo, he rapped about this, bragging about this nigga looking like this. I know you. I know we want to act like, oh no, like nobody's looking like. I get what you're saying. Some people might look at, oh, that's wheelchair Jimmy, bro. It's been a while since then. Drake is a very powerful guy. He's a very powerful guy.
Drake is a powerful guy, but you understand my point, Ag. We all love Drake, but Drake's lyrics don't hold weight in the hood like you would say any of these other rappers do, and you
He's
know
doing
that,
he's
Ag.
doing mixtapes with 21 Savage. Does 21 Savage hold weight in the wood in the hood?
Yeah, but Drake doesn't. You really think people can distinguish between Drake and other rappers?
Nah, I
Come on,
kind of
Ag.
get what she's saying.
This is
She's saying
I'm
Drake
shit on Drake because
don't
he's
hold.
my favorite rapper too. But we all know Drake isn't really like that. Ag. Come on.
She's
Yo,
saying
y'all
Drake
not
words
breaking
don't
down
hold
Drake
as big
lyrics.
as
When
Meek.
I listen to Drake
Big as
lyrics,
Meek's.
Drake
AJ,
is
stop.
dropping Easter eggs, basically saying when he's talking about niggas got money on his head and this could happen to this person and this could. Honestly, Drake be rapping more about facts than just cap. But whatever. Listen, I ain't trying to make it hot. That's my favorite rapper, and I love when he talk gangster. Drake is the only nigga I like when he talk gangster because he's Drake. But so I'm not gonna.
Act. Why she acting like Meek isn't a gangster though, bro?
They gave you that Dream Chaser chain already. You really deserve it.
You didn't hear the soundbite of a fucking air rap saying, "Nigga, I seen Meek do it." Nigga, you act. Come on, bro. Like, nigga, act. Meek is that nigga, bro.
I've seen him do it.
This truth. Nigga, you like, come on,
I've seen him do
it. All right, man. No, hold on. Yo, hold on. But I only say that point to Karina is be like, yo, listen. We're all hypocrites when we listen to hip hop, right? Like, again, if you're speaking out about certain things, like maybe Boston Richie is a culprit that because you're not onto his music. But let's not act like everybody else is rapping about like Kids Bop. Okay, if you like Kendrick and Cole, maybe. But I ain't gonna lie. Yo, even if you listen to Tootsie Slide, Drake is rapping about, yo, we gonna spin and then we gonna spin the block again. Drake is
and then
rapping.
He got the #1 TikTok trend.
Hold on,
and it became a challenge.
That's why he's the greatest rapper, I think. He's rapping about real shit and making it seem like it's dances. That's even more deep. Yo, when a nigga when I hear Boston Richie's voice, you already know he's on some devious shit. Drake is rapping where the kids love it.
You're talking like when Vaughn told us that Wooski was still twitching. You're acting like
no, he's not Vaughn.
Drake is talking about that level of truth in his lyrics. We know it's not like that. Come on now.
Yo, you know what the funny thing is? I love Drake's music so much that I could point out so many things, but I won't. Nigga, Drake rapped about a confrontation with Tory Lanez at Rolling Loud before the shit ever happened, nigga. Y'all niggas never heard it. Like, I hear all the industry shit. So, nigga, he's rapping about confrontations too, my nigga. Like, y'all could think Drake is just, you see, that's the great thing about Drake. Drake is thinking like, oh, no, everything is happy. Nigga, I could pull up a song right now. Nigga, he's rapping about pressing Tory. Facts. But I won't say nothing about it.
If OVO chumps decide to become a rapper, we could take his word for it. But there's a lot of it's not these kids in the hood aren't looking at Drake and talking about, oh, let's go Tootsie Slide on a nigga. Like, come on now. They listening to Track Hawk by Dirk and stuff and be like, yeah, that nigga's real. But I love Drake. See, now it feels like I'm shitting on Drake, and that's not the point. But you know it's not like that.
Hey, hold on. This is why I be telling y'all this nigga's the hold on. This is why hold on.
But do we really think he like that?
Hold on. Hey, this is why Drake's the fucking GOAT. You see, y'all just gotta pay a little bit more attention. Go to Behind Bars Link Up Freestyle when he says, yo, I like R's and V's and O's. I don't really play no tic-tac-toe. Been with chumps through highs and lows. We seen man last night, they froze. Wasn't no camera, wasn't no pose. Just like that one time at Cella. Good thing man ain't put out no phones. Think that's a random line? Cool. I'll end it there because y'all not about to get me to expose my favorite rapper. He's the best ever in the world.
That's what I'm telling you. If OVO Chops decides to become a rapper, we can take his word for it.
Okay, if that's what you want to say. And by the way, my nigga rapped about two niggas getting pressed.
But you gotta stop. You're slurping at an elite level right now. I'm sorry.
What you mean?
Have to say it.
No, everything I'm saying about what he said is facts. Hold on. That's one nigga. And then he said, yo, you know how the pagan chit chat goes. I like R's and V's and O's. I don't really play that tic-tac-toe. Been with rocks through highs and lows. We seen man last night, they froze. Wasn't no camera, wasn't no pose. Just like that one time at Nobu. Good thing man were pulling out phones. Great. Random lyrics.
And then Rock took him to do some push-ups.
That's two niggas that got pressed by Drizzy. But anyway, I don't know about nothing. Let's keep it going. Y'all keep playing with Drake.
Drake is see, now I feel like I'm sitting on Drake because he is my favorite.
Nobody looks at Drake and be like, that's just fucking that's wheelchair Jimmy.
I know, but nobody looks at Drake and thinks that's the biggest gangster either.
But what's the other side to this? So if Drake gets a pass talking about gangster shit because no one takes him serious, what is the opposite effect when you have somebody that everybody believes is a gangster snitches?
I don't give a fuck about snitching. I'm not in the streets.
But that's my point, though.
But my point is,
on that.
Yo, but listen, like I just said, you think Drake's career is ending, his livelihood is ending, whatever he could do for his family is ending because of this?
Because he's talking about street shit?
No, because we know he isn't like that.
Facts.
That's cap.
That's
cap.
You know, if
yo, you know how many niggas Drake has done pressed in the industry, bro?
I mean, look, I'm not saying facts like Drake ain't whatever. I'm just understanding her point. But my point is, if you somebody that you have a whole culture listening to your music under the belief that you live a certain type of life, under a certain type of code, and you got all the respect from the streets because you a certified gangster and you this and that, and come to find out you broke the main code that follows that type of lifestyle, that's going to affect your career because you just lied to everybody that listens to you.
Yo.
You saying Drake don't got
this.
no impression over the hood, but hood rappers, when they snitch, that's exactly what happens.
These niggas shouldn't be doing crimes to begin with.
Well, I mean, that's the conversation to have with them.
I'm just saying, look, these guys are rapping to get out of the hood, to get some legal money to make it out. What's the point of bringing all this bullshit up?
Hey, Karina, this is where I would challenge you. Hip hop is in its original form is based on a lot of the conversations that come from those environments. So unfortunately,
I know, but hip hop was never like this level of, prove the realness. I understand, I've seen the Cool Herc documentaries and stuff, people using poetry to, leave the hood telling their truth. But before this, when have you ever seen this nigga snitched? We got to get him out of here. This nigga didn't tell the truth. We got to get him out of here. This is relatively new to hip hop.
There's different examples of people doing different things. Because if you go back and you look at Tupac modeling and acting and all these things, they say Pac got killed because he involved himself with gang members that he didn't necessarily need to involve himself with. And he felt the strength of having these people behind. I mean, they were killing in the 80s and 90s, so I don't know why we acting like killing and snitching is brand new.
No one's saying killing and snitching is brand new.
Chat, y'all playing around.
I like R's and V's and O's. I don't really play no tic-tac-toe. Been with chubs through highs and lows. We seen man last night, they froze. Wasn't no cameras, wasn't no pose. Just like that one time at Cella. Good thing man weren't pulling out phones. Stay in big 6'6".
Y'all stop playing with that nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all keep playing with that boy. That boy don't be rapping random shit. What ghostwriter?
Just like that one time at Cella. Good thing man weren't pulling out phones. Stay in big 6'6" with woes. Man start.
Hold on.
Auditioning. And we're pulling out phones. Think you know me, that's not true. We got ties in West End too. She came over and she got slew. Throwing up 6 like man had flu. I got way too big off you.
I'm just saying, man.
Jeans are crap, or going to Milan or going to the Met. I just wanna make these songs for the
Ooh.
Ash got no sense like Jizzle. Big and bad like my knots and cash. They can never tie me down, that's facts.
I'm just telling y'all, man.
Look, you know how the pagan chit chat goes. I like R's and V's and O's. I don't really play no tic-tac-toe. Been with rocks through highs and lows. We seen man last night, they froze. Wasn't no cameras, wasn't no pose. Just like that one time at Nobu. Good thing, man.
Go find out who was at Nobu and who was at Chella. Maybe it's random. I keep thinking that Drake just be saying shit, man. All right, man. That's why this nigga bars be hitting. Because niggas be like, damn. It's a reason why the nigga be wearing $3 million of Pharrell shit. The nigga rapping about real shit. It's just Drake rapping his own way. King Von kill niggas. Like, King Von just kill niggas. Like, kill you and he rap about it. King Von kill you, rap about it. Drake, he do the funny, like, you know, little petty shit and rap about it too. You know what I mean? It's just that niggas don't look at Drake like King Von, because King Von would have you in the dirt and in the pack.
I'm pulling out phones. Think you know me, that
He tell you.
just like that one time at Nobu. Good thing, man, we're pulling out phones. Pose just like that one time at Nobu. Good thing, man, we're pulling out phones. One time at Nobu. Good thing, man, we're pulling out phones. Pose just like that one time at Nobu. Good thing, man, we're pulling out phones. There's no pose, just like.
Y'all gonna figure that out, okay? That's y'all homework. Back to the convo. Oh, shit. My bad. Goddamn. Holy. Yo, Jake. Jake, you here?
What's good, bro? Yeah, I'm in.
All right, people. Number one, I want to salute and I want to thank Jake for showing up to the stream. He's definitely a friend to the stream, and of course, is a friend to everything we got going on. I appreciate him for, you know, again, we just saw this video today and we reacted to it today. He could have been like, nah, bro, give me some time. I wanted to like check some shit out, blah blah. Popped on immediately, responded immediately. It is what it is. Are you planning to address any of this on your channel, Jake?
Not really. I mean, I feel like everything that I put out is pretty much everything that needs to be put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the response now is shit's basically just overkill.
Yeah. Please, if you guys do follow him, I'm gonna put his page on the screen. You guys should be seeing his page right now. It is 1090 Jake. End of sentence. He is at 905K subscribers. Pretty sure he wants to get to 1 million. What you gonna do when he gets to 1 million, bro?
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna probably throw a party and invite everybody that helped me get to where I'm at.
Shit, you should. And also, you know, obviously I don't want to get into the back and forth because I'm trying to wrap up here. But you know, love to Korean it. And I will say, you know, I understand a little bit of the position where 1090 Jake is in, where people might look at him like, oh, you're like a net negative in the sense of, oh, you're just trying to ruin stuff for people. But I do believe that, like, you know, as hip hop artists capitalize off, you know, the hopes or whatever they're putting out in terms of the narrative of the people who are probably falling for it or also following it, there should be somebody that holds them accountable. And again, you know, sometimes we might get hemmed up on, oh no, well, you know, if it was, you know, I think Jake made a decent point. If it was someone black, maybe we'd be like, oh, okay, he's just making sure that the gangsters just ain't fucking lying. Of course, he can't like fuck with the gangsters who are really telling the truth, because that's their story. But the gangsters who are kind of capping or who are not the people who they're putting themselves out to be, you probably get praised. So, you know, I don't look necessarily at the race thing as nearly anyone, if anyone does. But I'm glad that, you know, even people and my audience members, like, you know, Karina got a chance to like voice their opinion. By the way, she might be on her way to work. Salute to you. Love you. You're a queen. And I'm glad that you explained yourself, whether people agree or not. But I'll be honest with you. I think what Jake is doing is very important. I think people like Jake, I've always said this, people like Jake, I think people like even and I'm not sure if Jake even wants his name even close to this particular person, but like even like Charleston White is important. I'm going to tell you why. because when there was only in academics, and there was a time that it felt like it was only in academics, there were people who would be like, well, you're not a street dude. Why the fuck is blah, 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 blah? But I knew it was important. And, it needed a nigga like 1090 Jake who was going to deal with shit that people who have been in the penitentiary and been in these issues and actually did time could speak on. Because if you were only hearing from academics who never did time, who wouldn't do time, who would be like, yo, like, it would be a skewed opinion. So I've always celebrated these other, like, this is the reason why I always saluted my man DJ Ghost out of California. He's in a gang. I'm like, yo, I've never been in a gang. Like, bro, I'm giving you an opinion. If everybody only followed me, and it felt like for a point, I remember when I felt so much pressure, everybody was like, yo, you have to represent everybody. I'm like, well, I've never been in the gang. I don't even know what it is like to be like that situation. So when I listen and I watch 1090 Jake videos, I'm like, yo, he's giving me a perspective that you don't have to necessarily agree with because you don't come from the same cloth that he does, right? And sometimes maybe I'd be like, well, I wouldn't do that, but I could understand that when you're in a different life and you come from a different cloth, that's what it is. And that's why I appreciate him. Also, I'll tell you why I brought up Charleston White. Shit, Charleston White has been through things that I've never been through as well. And, for me, I hope y'all understand that I remember feeling a lot of pressure in hip-hop when I felt like street niggas wanted me to represent them. And I can't. I haven't been through some of these things. I never did no bid where I had to go through all these situations where we had to be checking paperwork. I never did that. So the same way you guys love me, I know you guys are going to love me for me. You guys should appreciate other people for the difference they bring. And for me, I can't be everything for you. You get what I mean? I'm only academics. You guys should listen to 1090 Jake. You should listen to Trap Lord Ross. You should listen to a Charleston White. You should listen to Hassan Campbell. It's different perspectives. Now, I'll agree with anyone if they're saying someone's spreading falsehoods. But if it's a difference of opinions and people are showing you different sides of shit, bro, this is how the world works. There's not one answer to everything. So I want to thank 1090 Jake for coming on here. I'm going to give him the last word. Karina, before I pass it over to 1090 Jake, do you have anything to say? I know you're like on the way to work. Somebody said, why act talking to us like we in kindergarten? I ain't talking to you. Come on. You see, you niggas, I can't please y'all. Wait. I ain't fucking mute the Discord, did I? Jake.
I think she left.
Okay, I think she did. All right. I'll give the last word to... All right, Jake, I'm going to save it for last. AJ, anything else?
Nah, man, I'm chilling.
All right, bet. There's a few other people in here. Fax is like completely muted. I see Ghost in here, Lauren in here, and Jason here. Anyone with anything before I throw it to Jake? I'm going to assume no. Okay, Jake, I'm going to give you the last word on everything. And I hope you feel like I've been fair in not only giving you an opportunity to respond to everything, but, we're just not trying to be an echo chamber. So, we brought people on. Hopefully they could challenge you, but in a respectful way. And floor is yours, brother.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. And I mean, I know you tried to reach out, and it seems like they're going to try to put it together. If Boston Richie want to do what we just did with her, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I did want to ask her if she still think I'm a white devil or was she just a little emotional at that point. But, it is what it is. But I appreciate you, bro. Salute.
Yeah, no. Thank you, definitely. Here's the thing about it, and I know exactly what you're gonna go through, because when sometimes people want a person to be that arbiter of, yo, did something happen or did something not, it's always cool when you're reporting in the favor of the people who want the answers. It becomes uncomfortable when you have to say the opposite of what people want. And right. I respect that about you, because to keep it real, if you really wanted to make the most bread, you could probably just like talk, like, all right, cool. How could I explain this to y'all? And that could probably be a conversation that's worth tens of thousands, if maybe not 100,000. Yo, yo, Jake, listen, man. This is what happened. Yo, you could explain it like this, and I could still look good. And I'm not talking about necessarily this Boston Richie situation, but it means any situation, especially people who need the conversation about them being quote unquote solid to keep selling records. So, I salute you for what you do, and I look to see more of your reports. And here's my last word, and then even though I feel like I was trying to give you the last word, but I'll say as we evolve as a culture and as a people, I think we will understand nuances and we will understand whatever. Um, right now, unfortunately, cooperating is a big conversation because a lot of these rappers have made their music primarily about, oh no, that's the thing we don't do, and they've taken a hard stance on it. They haven't evaluated nuance. So maybe at a point in the future we get to it, but right now, shit, if you've been saying you never tell and then we find out that
You
you got to tell,
snitch.
sound crazy.
Exactly.
I'll give 1090 Jake the last word, and what was that, facts? Salute to facts as well.
Yeah, I'm here, gang.
Nah, yeah, for sure. I agree with you, bro. We'll just see how everything play out. As far as the whole Boston Richard situation, like I said, I feel like anything else is just fucking overkill. If I get the interrogation video and it's the same one he posted, then that's that. If I get the video and there's more shit, that's a whole nother story. But like I said, I appreciate you having me on.
Definitely. All right, chat. I'll be back on tomorrow. Please go check out 1090 Jake. His channel is called End of Sentence. I do wish you would give these interim updates because, I'm glad that you come on my platform.